Hello and welcome. Rahul, you're watching me on my Facebook page on my YouTube channel Out My Talk. So, and if you're watching me consistently, welcome back to my channel. I always come up with new ideas and try to inform you of latest development, whatever is happening in the real world, because I strongly feel that if you keep yourself updated and motivated, you can pull off anything in your life. And it is one of the most vital thing that if you have confidence, if you have conviction about your own self that you can pull off anything out of any opportunity that you will get, or if there is no opportunity you can create opportunity for others. That kind of, if personality you have, if audacity you have, you can certainly change everything. Today what happened, we have witnessed today, India has a strike in Pakistan on certain locations. So the operation is called Sindoor operation. We welcome the Indian move because I told in my previous video, that if we do not give a message to the whole world that we cannot tolerate terrorism on our soil if it is happening from Pakistan soil, they have to understand exactly that if they will do such kind of wrong things, we are not here who can sit idle. A strategic war that we should do. I have already advocated that in my previous video, and the Indian government has done the same thing. They have identified the terrorists, and then they have attacked the only buildings who were where they were belonging to terrorist activities, or that were the headquarters of the terrorism and the groups. So that is what they have done. They have not attacked Pakistan military, and they should take a note of that. They should contemplate, if they cannot eradicate the terrorism on their own soil, if Pakistan cannot eradicate terrorism on their own soil, then at least India is helping them up. Otherwise, if they are keeping the snakes in their own basket, it will bite them once or twice in next coming years. And that is what they have to understand exactly, that they should never try to bring an upbringing to these kind of terrorist groups. They should always abstain from giving and facilitating them all the kinds of facilities that they need, because if you are funding them or try to giving them ammunition, it will be devastating, not only for their own country but for all the persons, for humanity. This will be bad, and that is what they need to understand. And if they are thinking to retaliate, first of all, they should contemplate, they should introspect and speculate what happened on their soil. If these people, these organizations are the terror funding organizations, they should understand exactly that India has at least not striked their military base. They should be understanding. And if they are in return they are firing on borders, this is their nonsense, nothing else. They should go a step back, and they should understand exactly what they are doing. If they are indulging in a war, if they are already economically torn, and if they will indulge themselves into a war, it will be devastating for the economy as well. For the people of Pakistani soil, they will be certainly in bad situation already, because India is stronger than them. That they have to understand exactly. Yeah, they have good facilities, they have atomic bomb. That is what they are always crying and trying to make a noise in world affairs. But they have to understand exactly, if you have power, you should be responsible. They are not responsible enough. They're still bringing the terrorism, funding the terrorism. That is what they have to understand. It is a bad thing to do on their soil. And if a country is trying to eradicate these kind of disease, then they should be at least they should be paying certain kind of gratitude to India, not retaliation. That is what they have to understand. Yeah, a study war is okay, but a full-scale war, India is still abstaining from indulging in that kind of full-scale war. But Pakistan, they will always try to give you certain threats, because they are already a threat. They are sitting on a bomb, and that is what they can do at any point of time when they got help from other nations to develop atomic bomb. India has said earlier that it is sitting on that kind of bomb, which can be really even devastating for the whole world. It will be a threat for the whole world, because atomic bomb in satanic hands, or in terrorists, in the hand of terrorists, will certainly be bad, not for their own country or for India, but for all the people in the world. This will be a threat to humanity, and that is what the Chinese will also have to understand. They shouldn't support these nations, who are funding terrorism, and that is what China has to understand. But China has a political motive, that is what he wants to prove all the time against India, because he has certain interest, and India is not a friendly country of China as well, and that is why they are moving in that very direction. But if this is not a better support to terrorism, if they are advocating for terrorists, and their activities, if it is right, and then they are supporting, then they are against humanity, and that is why in world forum this should be criticized, and you know this should be criticized altogether, in all the countries, if they are not abstaining from supporting Pakistanis, then this is a bad situation, this is a bad political move. That is what China has to understand. Now we are understood that we should thank our government, our militaries, that they have taken such a step, and whereas we have heard until now that more than 100 terrorists has been killed, in this attack, and what the Pakistanis are advocating for the terrorists, that they have got, sacrifice, and they are this is a sacrifice, this is not a sacrifice, you have to call them terrorists if they are working in a bad way, killing civilians, 27 civilians of Indian soil, who were just a tourist at a place where they were enjoying the environment, they were enjoying the beauty of that very place. If you come and if you kill in cold blooded, this is going to help, any kind of amiable approach. It should be abrogated, and that is what the Indian country has done, people has done, Indian government and military has done. That is what they have to understand. Now I want to say that, let it be aside. This is the time that you have to understand exactly that moving ahead should be your prime agenda. You should not think all the time that, yeah, it is okay, it is war, it should happen. Beyond chaos, think something for your own self, for humanity, for bringing better world, bringing better innovation to the world, and that is what we should do all the time. If you innovate yourself up, if you try to harness your skills, if you become better each and every day, you can bring better things in this world, and that is what I want you to do. That is why I always try to instill positivity in your mind, and to boost up your self-confidence, and that has been always my prime agenda, and that is what I'm doing today as well. I know exactly what is essential in your life. I just want to tell you that any skill, if you think of that it is something that can give you a breakthrough, you should certainly devote yourself on that very skill, and you should certainly hone your skills. You should become better at it. You can be one of the best on that very skill if you're working continuously and consistently on that very skill. Nobody can stop you indulging yourself in any kind of business or in any kind of job opportunity. Initially it will be okay, but scale that up. Learn how to go ahead in every situation, in every field. If you're not motivating yourself, nobody else is going to rescue you. Everybody wants your time, unless you don't pay them, you don't pay your time, and you don't make them better, they are not going to facilitate you something better. That is why you have to create your own facilities. You have to work on your own strength, and then you should take advantage of all the resources that you have around, in the people, in your community. Try to take advantage of resources, even human resources, if you can use them, and try to make yourself better, because it is important that you clinch opportunity all the time and try to make yourself one of the best in the world. And you have that opportunity. You have got this human form, you have got a little brain, and which is very incisive, which is very susceptible to learning new opportunities. That is what I will tell you. It is very pragmatic. The brain is very pragmatic. The more you train it, the better it will adapt. It has adaptability. The more resilience you will try to bring into your mind, in your mindset, you will certainly be able to evolve it. You will certainly be able to learn its neuroplasticity. That is able to make itself better each and every day, and the more you will hone it, the better it will become. And that is what I want you to do: train your brain, try to make yourself one of the best in your community, in your fraternity, that wherever you go, just make an impact, an indelible mark in everyone's mind, that you have certain creativity, you have certain standard. Whatever job you go, try to dominate in your field and try to be better, and try to respect all those people who are really better at these things, who are even better than you. Try to respect them and try to learn from something from them. Don't compete with them with a bad intention, rather try to learn all they have that they can cater. That is what you have to understand exactly. That is called the better skilled person will certainly be able to do that kind of things. They will certainly learn from their elders, their superiors, that is what is the real importance. If you can hone that kind of skills, from learning from another people, and that is what will give you a lot of experience, and that is what I want you to do all the time. Try to make yourself one of the best. And if you are in a better group where you can learning opportunity is there, you certainly should not leave that place. You should certainly indulge yourself that kind of activity that can hone your skills, and try to use that, try to be pragmatic, try to get that thing into practical applications, and try to see what will be implication of that, and that will certainly transform your world altogether. That is what you want to do. I want to tell you that the world is changing, the world will change, and that is why you have to understand exactly that you have certain powers in you, that you can change your own world. First of all, try to change your own world. The whole world will witness your story, and you will be able to change altogether, because money speaks. Today, if you will become a millionaire or billionaire, everybody will listen to you, they will be looking up to you, because if you have money, then only you have power. This is a civilian race. You have gotten certain opportunity, certain freedom, and if you cannot harness all this positivity that money gives you, there is a negative perception in people who always be in poor state that money is bad. Money is not bad unless you think of it that it is bad. You have to harness, and you have to bring positive insights about money, because once you will see that what it can bring to you, your positivity will certainly make you a man that can attract this kind of abundance. Abundance is really important if you want to find better opportunity, better livelihood, because when your amenities will be fulfilled, then only you can think beyond the horizon, and then only you can do unthinkable. Why Elon Musk thinks of interplanetary species, sustainability? Because he has money, and that is why he thinks and dares to think beyond that other person can't perceive, and that is what is the reality. If you can think beyond, you can bring a lot of things. And first of all, your stomach should be filled to come better thinking here, and if better thoughts are coming, try to imbibe it, try to indulge in that kind of thinking, and try to make better things out of that. And once you will forge your own foundation, you will see that your formidable path will open in front of you. It will unfold like a miracle, and you will be realizing it in physical environment. That is what is the reality. Money speaks. That is what is the reality. Thank you for listening to me.